Good morning, I am Soban Mohanty. Today we'll talk about quantizations. Basically, I'll talk about amplitude quantization. So, in the last class we have talked about sampling, and when we try to convert analog signal into a digital format, first I have to sample the signal. After sampling, I have to go for quantization. Whenever I am using the term like quantization, I am talking about the term like amplitude quantization, where the magnitude or amplitude has to be discretized. That means, or you can say, discretization with respect to amplitude is called quantizations. That means here, basically, whenever we have got a baseband signal like m of t, it is the information bearing signal for us. So this information bearing signal, this is the information bearing signal. This information bearing signal has to be sampled. After sampling, we have got different interval. We have got different values of the sampled signal at different instant of time. So that is being represented by MNTS. So MNTS is the discretized message signal. After sampling, I have to quantize it. Quantize means I have to give some specific values. Then only I can go for encoding. Until and unless I do not know the exact value of the signal, that means what is the voltage, what is the level of the power, how much current it is taking, then we cannot able to quantize it in a more effective manner. So this discretized message signal has to be given certain discretized values. That means here I have written discrete amplitude value has to be given to the signal. That means this process is basically called quantization. Here we will take an example, very simple example we will take. Here this is the message signal m of t. This is the information bearing signal. We want to discretize this signal and we want to encode the signal so that this data, after converting into a digital format, can be stored by my computers, or I can process the data quite effectively for video recording, for audio recording, for transmission to distance object. I have to convert this data into a digital format. Further processing is required when the first step is to convert the analog signal into digital format. So let's see this signal. We have got different quantized values. Here this axis is the sample axis. Here with respect to time I am talking. So at different instant of time, t1, t2, t3, t4, this is the time axis, x-axis. This axis is called magnitude. So we have last class we have talked that when discretization takes place with respect to time, we call it as sampling. That means my sampling instant is t1, t2, t3, t4, and the period is ts, like duration of this, right? Ts, sampling durations, right? Similarly, when you try to opt for this axis, here I put these values. This volt is 1 volt, 2 volt, 3 volt, and 4 volt, right? So this is the signal. At this instant of time, we really care about what is the magnitude. We do not need to bother about all these other points. So there are 4 points for me. So based on the T1, I put into y-axis, we got 1.8 volt. This is the actual value of the message signal. But as 1.8 volt is near to 2 volt, I assume it is 2 volt. So quantization comes with some approximations. So here the one set of error that can enter into the system is called quantization error. That means 1.8 volt is assumed as 2 volt at T1 instant of time. Similarly, at T2, I have got 3.8 volt. At T2 we can find. So here it is, I have assumed it at 4 volt. Similarly, T3 is 4.1 volt. I assume it 4 volt. T4, 2.7 volt. I assume it 3 volt, right? So this way, I try to convert into suitable format. Next step of pulse code modulation, we have seen that this signal after quantized has to be encoded, right? Suppose I am using 4-bit quantizer, 4-bit encoder. Then that time, this signal 2 volt, as you know, 4 volt, I can put 0010 in a digital format. Similarly, for this one, I can go 000100. Right, again I have got 4 volt, 0100. This is coming 3 volt, 0011. So I have got a different point T1, T2, T3, T4. I have some digital values. So the encoded signal will be at T1 I have got 0010. So at T2 I have got 0, 1, 0, 0. At T3 I have got 0, 1, 0, 0. At T4 I have got 0, 0, 1, 1. So this message signal, which you find in analog in nature, it is a continuous function of time. We try to discretize the values, and this is my encoded data. So each point is being represented by 4 bit, right? So these are called bit. So this is the conversion of analog signal into a digital format, right? But there are certain kind of, if you try to see much deeper into this, there is always some kind of error is being introduced here, because there is certain kind of assumptions, right? So based on this assumption, we have got error called quantization error. Let's talk about that. So here, so quantized values can be presented by a simple mathematical function. G is the quantized function or quantization function, and M is the original message signal, right? How we need to quantize based on the characteristics. We always need, in communication system, we always need clarity. We always need better output, better high signal to noise ratio. We always need low bit error rate, right? And this can only be achieved when my approximation is much more clearer. So the kind of threshold I need to set for this digital signal should be very strong, so that the clarity of the signal is optimum. Let's talk about the quantization error. First I will talk about the type of quantization, then we'll talk about quantization error. Then we'll find out what is the power spectral density of the quantization error and how the quantization error can be formulated. So let's see it. So quantization is basically 2 types. So quantization is basically 2 types. First is types of quantization. One is said to be the, first we'll talk about 2A, uniform quantization. Another is said to be the non-uniform quantization. Uniform quantization. Why it is called uniform? Because the step size is constant. So as the step size is constant, for the step size I use a mathematical symbol, that is delta, right? It is constant. So as the step size is constant, we call is a uniform quantization. Let's see a signal here. Right? We need to convert this signal into a digital format. First, I have to sample it at a discrete set of intervals. Then, I'll take the step size here. You find this is the first step, second step, third step. We can go in this way. So here you find the step size is fixed, delta size. Right? Here delta is equal to this delta also. So this step I am talking about, this delta size is fixed. When the delta size is fixed, we call this uniform quantization mechanism. But when some arbitrary signal, here I can say step size is non-uniform. Take an example here. We have got a signal here, right? Because I have to follow the signal exactly. So at this set of interval, if I follow it, you see the step size I have changed. So you can say it is delta 1, this is delta 2, right? Here, in order to get optimum approximation, I have to go for non-uniform quantization. But here, the processor size will be different. The dynamic nature of the signal changing has to be taken care of. So this is the object of a non-uniform quantization, right? This is a more advanced technique is a non-uniform quantization, because when I alter the value of delta size, it definitely have got impact on the bandwidth. It definitely have got impact on the rate of change, resolutions, and other aspect of the signal as a whole. So again, based on this aspect, quantization is classified into two categories. One is mid-treat type, another is mid-rise type. Further, I can say there are two types of quantizations. One is mid-treat type. Second one is mid-rise type. What exactly it means? In mid-treat type, suppose this is the quantization level, I can say. I need to give some quantized value for the signal. This is my center axis, right? Here I say this is my duration, plus lambda by 2, delta by 2, minus delta by 2. This is, I can say 3 delta by 2, 5 delta by 2. I just put a duration, that's all. Or I can put it. So this is my duration. This is the time axis. In the magnitude, I get this value delta. This is 2 delta. Similarly, in negative axis, I have got minus delta and minus 2. Right. Let's find a distinction between mid-treat and mid-rise. Here, whenever I have got a terms here, minus delta by 2 to plus delta by 2, the signal becomes much more flatter out here. The quantization level is 0 out here. So, as I'm talking about mid-treat type, there is a flatness when the signal is moving quantized from minus delta by 2 to plus delta by 2. Further, after this, from delta by 2 to 3 delta by 2, the value of the signal or the magnitude of the signal will be plus delta. Right? Similarly, from in this particular axis, I say it is the opposite scale. In absolute value, I can say the signal value is minus delta. Or in fact, if you take the absolute quantity of this, the signal values will be plus delta only. Right now, next step, from 3 delta by 2 to 5 delta by 2, I have got some another values here. That is almost equal to 2 delta. Similarly, in the negative scale, I have got minus 2 delta. That means a lot of values will come because when I try to go for the signal quantizations, I have got numerous values, but I try to put this value in a particular domain. So there has to be certain kind of error. That error is called quantization error. And this error has to be minimized. And basically, in order to eliminate this quantization error, I have to play with the step size. If I have got minimum step size, I can change the signal more beautiful so that analog signal can be suitably converted into a digital format when the size of the step is very less. But for more dynamic signal, modern signal, or you can say signal of high capability, when the processor has got highest capabilities, I have to go for non-uniform quantizations. So this is your mid-treat type as the signal is flat. For mid-treat type, suppose this is minus delta by 2 to plus delta by 2. I say signal, this value is plus delta for example. This is minus delta. This is, so I can say signal is changing here. Right? At this value, sorry, I have drawn, you can put in this way. Right? That means signal will be put in this particular form. Right? Signal is changing at this particular form. So we'll talk much detail about that mid-treat and mid-rise type. So mid-rise means at the center point, when I try to quantize the value, it is getting rise. Right? So next class, we'll talk about much more detail about the quantization error. We'll find out how the error can be quantized and taken up so that it can be minimized. Thank you for your patience listening. Thank you very much.